Alright, so today on the bench, I had mentioned when we did the classical engine video that I was going to show how I did these cow shields. So today we're going to do a simple but effective way of creating this cow shield look. So I start out with a figure that's already prepared. This is the Vendel Egyptian Levy, and these are all done pretty much except for the Agrax wash that I want to give them at the end and the touch-ups. But the shield's ready to go, and I start with an ivory on black going all the way to white. And then once I have it at white, which is quite bright, I'm ready to put the cow effect on. And then when I wash it back down, it's going to get a little bit browner. So what we're going to do now is first I'm going to take a sloppy brush. I'm dipping it in some white. And then I'm going to get the front of the shield wet. So it's going to have white paint, and it's really going to be kind of globby. This is one of those spots where I told you I'm not going to worry about the paint being thin because the shield texture doesn't have to be so smooth. Now I'm going to clean that brush, and I'm going to dip it in, show the actual applying of the paint. I want to use several different browns, and what I'm doing here is I'm actually getting a couple different browns on at the same time, and I'm literally just jabbing at that white paint. Okay, so as you can see, it's a rather sloppy technique, but the idea here is that you're trying to create that cow hide effect, which is a fairly random pattern. And we'll take it right over the edges since it's wrapped around the edges. And the other thing that helps add to the jaggedness of this look is the white paint. And I tend to put either all in brown or all in black, depending on what kind of cowhide I'm trying to project. So as you can see, a little bit of slop, and then what I'll do now is I tend to put a little bit of the lighter color in the center, and then once that's dried, I'll wash that and the shine will go out and it'll get a little bit darker, and then we'll get that nice cowhide effect. So sloppy brush, wet sloppy paint, several different browns almost added simultaneously, and you can kind of get that simple but effective cowhide look. So we'll come back in when this figure's dry, and we'll take a look at washing it, and we'll show you what that looks like. Sorry, granddaughter was visiting, so we've got a few remnants from her visit, dinosaurs and ponies. So now our cow shield figure is dry, and as you can see, that makes a nice cowhide kind of pattern. No, it's not to represent any particular cow, but it works good as a generic cow shield. So now what I'm going to do is take our Agrax Earthshade and a slightly larger and somewhat frayed brush, and we're going to effectively take this down a little bit darker, and that's why we started with the white, because when I get done with this, take some of the excess off. So basically what I'm trying to go for here is just a natural, random looking pattern. As you can see how that Agrax will actually take the figure down in color, so it takes the shield down, takes everything down. And then when it's done drying, I actually go back, and there's some areas where I will touch it up on the helmet, for example, to bring the white back out. And I also did the, as Classical Indians, we showed that we did the cloth wrap, clothing wrap. So basically, washing the entire figure, I like to wash, if I'm doing washes, I like to do them all at once, because these are alcohol based. When they dry, if you try to touch them up, they tend to leave a line or a film line where they've dried or where you reapply. You can go over them and touch them up, but it's usually better to get your entire wash done in one shot. So I'm going to wash this figure, and we'll come back after he's dried and we'll touch up the white on the helmet and a little bit on the skirt, and then basically the figure will be done. So I take the excess off with a paper towel to wick away areas that I don't want too much of the wash built up. And that's pretty much a finished figure. And there's the cow effect, or cow shield. And this guy will be joining the Persian army as part of the Horde troops for the battles of Marathon and Plataea. So anyway, that's it for cow shields. Thanks for watching. Next week we might teach you how to do My Little Pony in Technicolor, as my 4-year-old granddaughter does. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and we're going to do some more videos on playing the game, and that's going to be coming up next.